Previously on Journey to the Juvenile.
What's your name? What is your name, big guy? And Cody, Jesse, and I said, Boss Man.
And that's how they're named. You find a stray dog and a stray name, and that's how it goes.
He had tested highly positive for EPM. Woohoo!
In my mind, this may be one to save for 5-year-old futurities. I mean, we'll see what happens in November, but that's my thought right now.
2 of the horses are clear frontrunners, while the other 2 may have to be held back from competition for another year.
And then there was one. You gotta be joking. Just sell them all. Just get them all gone. Woo! Stop! Stop! Shut up! Got us the juvenile pony.
A three-year-old first-time run has just run the fastest time thus far.
In the vast expanse of America's heartland, where dreams are forged and champions are made, a group of horse trainers and jockeys embark on a quest that tests their training abilities and challenges the limits of equine greatness. Every stride, every turn, every heart-stopping moment is a testament to the bond forged between horse and human. Through countless hours of patient guidance and tireless devotion, they nurture trust, instill confidence, and unlock the untapped potential within these young equine prodigies. Witness the years of breeding, preparation, and the culmination of a journey to etch their names into barrel racing history at these horses' first competition ever. This is Journey to the Juvenile. In this series, Fallon embarks on a grueling training schedule. 4 young and spirited 3-year-old horses await her guiding hand. But before the competition, a crucial decision awaits. Fallon must carefully select only one horse to step into the arena by October 1st. This chosen colt, untouched by competition, bears the weight of anticipation and dreams. Witness the rise of the fastest horse as it charges towards triumph, carrying the dreams of its trainer and the spirit of a champion.
Chop wood, carry water. Chop wood, carry water. Do it again, do it again, do it again. Oh. Hey, like just slow. And I have paid the price of 1 full second for taking a few days off. Nothing. I'm angry. But we pet the horse anyway. Dang. Thank you for your effort, Mama. Thank you for your effort. We'll try again tomorrow. I'm so grateful for all the people that have stuck with this journey with me because, man, it's been a roller coaster. I hope that it's provided hope and light for the people that are attempting to try something like this on their own, whether it be in their career or horses or anything else. This is a terrifying journey. It costs a lot of money, it costs a lot of time, and it takes all of my focus to try to accomplish this one thing. And it doesn't even guarantee me the win. It just means that I'll have a shot to take a stab at it, which is pretty wild. The last episode had so many ups and downs, and of course, with this being complete reality and totally unscripted, you can see why a lot of trainers will take in 20 plus horses for a season, hoping to have that one, and they still almost never get that one horse that's going to be perfect for them for the futurity season or at the juvenile. And I've started with 4. In the last episode, you saw one get a really crummy diagnosis of EPM, one that's showing all the potential but just not coming together, one that is really coming together but isn't really giving the fire, and one that just has a metabolic issue that is not fixing itself. So shows you why most trainers don't just start with one horse. Now, most people do have one horse, and you'll see so many turnouts when it comes to the juvenile or when it comes to futurities, because all of these things can happen. I'm trying to not just, state the obvious that she's my favorite. But, Boss Man being in the position that he is, it sucks, and we go in and pet on him every night and hope that he gets better. He is looking better. The vet is hopeful that he's better, but I don't think he's going to be better in time. I don't know. Big thing about horses is it teaches you emotional control, and you got to be an emotional ninja just to be, I'm not putting all my hopes and dreams on this horse. It's my job to be a competent leader and help her be the best she can be, instead of putting my value based on her accomplishments. Whoa.
All right, so Flashy Doe felt, phenomenal at the end. In the middle, in the beginning, I was like, I still feel like she's just not broke enough. And again, that's not her fault. It's mine, and I'm still trying to make it work. But hauling her to a place where she's never been to a jackpot before, she's obviously been on the track, and the place, the Dominguez's that I bought her off of, again, I love their program. You can tell that like an extra step has been taken, because I just knew there's something about this mare that I feel like I already know her, like tethered to the soul. And for that, I feel like I'm going to give her a really great chance to be something really cool. But I trusted her. I didn't take her in the arena. I didn't walk her around the arena. I didn't let her look at anything. I cinched her up at the trailer. I trotted her up the alley, and I started loping through the barrels, and she never picked her head up and looked at anything, which we know is very different from Flo Mello in this same arena. Is like a nightmare. 2 very different horses. They're very individual, and that's not a knock at Flo Mello. It's just very different horses. So Flashy Doe, Cody talked me into going one more time on her, and she was like, I bet if you just go one more time. And I had very little faith in that, just because I know what I'm feeling, and I know I need just a little bit more from her, a little bit more communication. But I trusted what Cody was saying too, and went for it. And she ran a 16.4, and that, she's never been to a jackpot, and that's like a 40 time. Like 40,
They've
right?
won that with a 15.4 before.
Yeah, so
like
it's,
obviously not the fastest night.
Yeah,
but
she's
up there,
right there. So, and knowing that the run was just okay, and she wasn't running, and she's been on the barrels like 15 days, maybe.
Yeah, but that was her 4th ever actual run.
Oh yeah, that was the 4th run. So
because every other time you've always had to go back around barrels.
Yeah.
You've never been able to turn
Just
all 3
go.
one time properly.
Yeah. She just feels phenomenal to me. And while she clocked a half a second behind Flo Mello, that half a second feels like it doesn't even need to be talked about. It's not even a thing. That's just a horse that needs just a little bit more, just a zhuzh behind the second barrel, and we're there. Flo Mello, however, on the other hand, she looked around a tiny, tiny bit in my slow exhibition, but the second time, and I'll be honest, I got an offer today for a lot of money for that mare, and I entertained it and said, all right, like, let's do it. Let's book an appointment to come see her. After that run, 15.8, which, depending on the night, is either 1D or 2D, made me put the brakes on that real fast. Brakes immediately, because if we can be in the 2D right now and I still have 60 days, that turns into 1D real fast. And she has been consistently awesome. I ran her in the 3.5-inch Peter, and that felt fantastic. So I feel like it needed to be taken up a little bit. As you get to know like bits better and headgear better, you'll know that certain bits don't function loose and other bits don't function tight, and you want them to feel a certain way. But I'm traveling without Brand today. He's with his dad, and Alex was like, I'll stay home and watch him, and that took a lot of pressure off me too. Currently, they've narrowed themselves down to 2, and now I have to just keep chipping away. I've got to go back and maybe try something different with this EPM issue and see if we can. I don't want to hurry it along because the horse needs to be 100% either way for the rest of his life. It's a baby Flo. Like there's no corners that I'm going to cut.
Because of the EPM diagnosis, there is absolutely no way that I'm going to hurry this horse along. I'm not going to push him forward. He is a baby Flo, 3-year-old Shawnee Buglio. Like, this is the Ferrari of Ferraris. There's no way in the world that I'm going to risk his health for the rest of our careers for this one event. So I've got to really evaluate him. I've got to take him through the barrels, see how the treatment is doing, see how he's feeling. He looks great. He feels great. He's lunging around beautifully. My vet has cleared him to ride. So it's time now to take him through the barrels, see what he feels like, go a little bit faster than a walk and a trot, see what we got on our hands, see if he's feeling strong enough to go forward. Well, he feels strong in my hands. And he acted like baby Flo when I went to get him out of the stall, like sketchy, like kind of alive, electric. So the vet said, trot him around a little bit. If he feels good, rock and roll. If he feels like crap, step off immediately. This feels great. Completely different from the last time. This feels kind of good. Boss Man. Unless you see something, I feel good. Yeah. He feels like a new man. Good boy. That he just wants to get fresh. Oh. Haven't ridden him in a month. Yeah. He feels like he wants to buck. So that's the hang up over there and over there. It's like fresh. All right, well, I'll like 50% it and see what happens. I just want effort if you're up to it. Just some effort. If you're not, tell me. Good boy. I'll take it. It feels like style. Because before it felt like he's falling down. Yeah. And this time it felt like, yeah. You know, we've always said he wants to be really low. Yeah. This felt like, this is my style, but he doesn't know where to put his feet, so all 4 feet just clack together. Instead of, and I'm glad I can discern between stumbly colt and something's drastically wrong. Felt like stumbly 3-year-old. Yeah. We got another one in the running. Woohoo! Good boy. Lift, lift, lift. That felt better. If I've learned anything tonight, it's that I should go slow again. What's one more time slow? He's so fun. Like, he's really fun. He just feels behind. Well, good effort. Good effort. Rome wasn't built in the 1D, you know what I'm saying? EPM is something that we can, since we caught it this early, we can totally fix. There are a lot of EPM diagnoses, unfortunately, for people where they're way later on and there's absolutely nothing you can do. But we're at the happy part, which I'm excited to report. We caught this at the right time. The treatment worked fantastic. We continue to add in different layers of different treatments to make sure that he's got the Cadillac of everything so that he can be as good as he can possibly be for the rest of his life. He'll have a full healthy career, no big deal, but does that mean he's gonna make this timeline in particular? I don't know.
Hey. Yeah. Nice.
I'm gonna take him through the barrels and just see how he feels after some good movement. He's been strengthened, he's been lunged. Let's take him through and see how he feels.
He feels like the slowest horse on the planet.
It's just a round because he can't.
17,524.
Yeah. Yeah.
Unfortunately, when I took Boss Man through the barrels, he had a fall. And that fall just tells me, you know, my mom always told me God throws you a pebble on your head, then he throws you a boulder. I got my pebble with, he's got EPM. I got my boulder of, here's his fall. I'm not gonna go any further. Unfortunately, I'm going to miss the juvenile on Boss Man. I have to make the better decision here for the rest of his entire journey, not just the journey to the juvenile, but the journey to the NFR or the journey to pro rodeo or whatever other journey that he's going to be a part of with me for the rest of his career. I cannot look back on this moment. We're recording everything. I could see right where I make bad decisions. If I took this moment and said, oh, I'm just gonna make him stronger, I'm just gonna put in more training, I'm just gonna condition him more, I'm just gonna try harder to cram this thing into place, I have had a long enough career now to know to take the path of least resistance, to back off a little bit and go, you know what? This isn't his time. I'm going to kick him out. Well, it's sunset and Brand and I are headed to go turn Boss Man out. I made a big decision, but it feels like it sits right with my soul, as cheesy as that is. I'm kind of a path of least resistance gal, and it feels right to go ahead, and I've got 33 days left before we have to name the colt. I'm going to ruin a really nice baby Flo colt if I keep pushing for this deadline when I know that this horse needs more time. So, easy call. I'm gonna turn him out. We're gonna give him time. We'll get him back up in the spring. We'll keep treating him. He's recovered so nicely. He's happy, he's sound, he's performing well.
He needs more time. He's doing great, but he'll be great at 4. He'll be great at 5. He'll be great at 6. And he'll be great at 10, 12, and 14 if I do this right. So I've made the decision to turn 2 of the 4 babies out. There's his mama, the $1 million lady, and her 2 full siblings. I'll put him out here. And then I will turn a buddy out here with him so he won't be alone. I mean, he's got his little donkeys, but I think he'll be very happy. Hi, Boss Man. Got a long life ahead. You know, I thought that EPM would be our big holdup, but really, now we're stumbling into, and a lot of times, and why I love mares, is because I find that mares really mature faster, and he feels kind of that same way. He's excited. Whoa! I think this is his first time seeing a donkey. He needs to mature. He's got some party days, club days ahead. You know what I'm saying? Go have fun. Woo! That won't hurt anything either. You're gonna learn today. You're gonna learn some things.
I am going to introduce strength training when it gets a little bit cooler. It's been well over 105 degrees here for over 50 days in a row. He needs time. He's got a diagnosis. I need to take really great care of that. And when the weather cools off, we'll start with some light conditioning and some strengthening, and we'll prepare him maybe for his 4-year-old year. And for Jordy's maybe 5. It doesn't matter. If I don't run him as a 3-year-old, he can skip his 4-year-old year, be in training that entire year or resting, and then run his 5-year-old year as a maturity horse. He can run as a derby horse his 6, 7, and 8-year-old year. And during that entire time, he can go to rodeos. So the minute that you enter one of these colts, it's over. That's when the clock starts ticking. So if I enter a horse as a 3-year-old, then its maturity year is 4, and the following 3 years are their derby years. Again, they can enter anything they want during that time frame, but once they're entered, the clock starts ticking. So I don't want that clock to start ticking when I have absolutely no chance for him to show his true ability. And even though it's really, really hard on me, because I have a lot invested, and I would like to reap some of the benefits of the recip mare and the breeding and all the trips to the breeding farm and the stud fee and the getting him broke and watching him grow and all of those things all culminated to me just having to go, you know what, it's time to just let him rest and then we'll try again. But that is what wisdom has done for me, and I'm really proud of my decision. I know that this decision will pay off. I've done it before, and hurrying a horse that can't handle it has never paid off for me. So I think this is the best decision possible for him. My top contender, Flo, she is incredible. She's an athlete. I really, really like her. She's so broke. She's trying so hard. Today we're working on the slow approach. Hey, you know what I do like though? This mare thought we were taking off and she was ready to go run barrels. And I appreciate that. Woo! I'm glad I did that because, you know, BFA is one and done. You need to look where your feet are at immediately, sister. Cool. Oh, good girl. If anybody wants to take a lesson from this video, it's that if you hit a barrel on the backside, don't correct your horse for it. It's like a small little, you need to go a little faster to it. You need to drive just a little further somewhere. It means that your horse is working. So like, don't penalize them for that. That like picking up behind the barrels and stopping behind the barrels, beautiful run, don't get me wrong, but that's from not enough rib cage and too much shank. I can fix it in my slow work, and I can fix it by putting something a little shorter on her because I'm not perfect. The part on her that we're at is the make a run, 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 make a run part. So that we can, my strategy is, she'll be so confident in going fast that when I take her to a barrel race, she thinks more about going fast than looking around. You got some big shoes to fill, sister. Whew. Ugh. Yesterday when I came across, like coming home, she like sat when I sat almost too much. So today I'm gonna have to ask her like a rodeo horse. And what that means is kind of the show must go on riding no matter what happens, and within reason, but no matter what happens, I need to kick and keep going the other way. So that's my goal for today, that and to get her softer in this rib cage on both sides. Whoa. That thing ran a 3? Yeah. Oh my God. I had a big mistake at the first, big mistake at the third. Definitely half second enough. Yeah. You did great, Mama. You did great. But I feel like I need to do more drills, more work on that left side. The left side feels not as soft as I want it to. Her shoulder's not following her nose. Like, there's a lot of things that I think that I need to dial in, especially because not every single horse is as broke as I think that they should be to start this whole thing. I thought this was gonna be just a get on, make a cute little run. Colts, am I right? I don't know if this documentary has inspired somebody to absolutely not do this or to for sure do this. I don't know if people are going to be inspired to do this or they're going to absolutely be like, yeah, that ish is not for me. Yeah. Yeah. She wants to give me the ribs to fake me out that she's going to actually take some action. But she is not taking action. Now she is. Whoa. Now, could you lope up there and do that? Just lope. Whoa. So I'm a little bit behind the 8 ball. That being said, I'm gonna concentrate on more drills, more technique of getting her to really feel my hands, for us to be a team, We're gonna slow it down a little bit and try to really sharpen our skills on certain things, just where she feels a little bit more soft, a little more supple, like a horse that I can trust. The reason I want that is because when I go like this and send a horse into a place 30 miles an hour, I want to very easily be able to hit the brakes and have that safely in my hands to know that I can make a fast turn, because it's a race and the amount of control that I have is going to determine how fast I can go.
I think if she turns the first, she has a chance. I just don't think she's got the speed this mare's got. That being said, speed isn't everything, you know, because when you're looking for a really top-notch rodeo horse, you want one that's smart about their feet. If you're looking for a futurity horse, you're kind of looking for a runaway freight train. And you're hoping that that sunbuck knows how to put his feet in the ground. Just have her focus on her left. She speaks more English than that horse does. Be a little easier. If I ride her just like Mojo right there, close the door, that's what makes her better. As you know, that's not the easiest thing in the world, so, but I can do that. My gut feeling, turn her out and act like I have one horse. That's my gut feeling, which I might do for a week. She feels good though. Wrong lead, but feels good. I just want to trot some squares on her just to get her to fall in a little bit less. It's rare that you teach a horse to turn too good, but you take some run out of them when you do that. So, she just feels like a finished horse. I just want her to be more attentive to this barrel. A lot of horses, when they run by it, if you say, yeah, okay, stay out here, and then they realize, oh, it's a lot more steps way out here, and then you let them slow down next to the barrel. That's a lot of steps. I'm gonna let her go one more time. It's a lot more steps. Now if you just stayed here, it's fewer steps, and I'll let you slow down. Sweet girl. Cool. 16.6. Cool.
16.
And just like that, when we start making progress, we've sustained another injury. This time, it's very small. She has a hematoma on her left side. She has played and hit her hip. And then there was one. You gotta be joking. Do I pack this wound with anything? Okay. They feel like she got it from being cast in a stall. This is when I'm really excited that I don't work for clients. And here's why. Nothing against clients, but when you haven't been doing this forever, you could think there's some form of sabotage in this, or you could think your luck was down, or you could think that there was some neglect, negligence on someone's behalf. But when you have a full staff with 24-hour care and cameras in every stall and you own the damn thing yourself, you see how much this happens when you know exactly what you do correctly. You see things come out of thin air and you're like, man, I'm glad I don't have to make a phone call today. And to the trainers out there that do have to make those phone calls, I'm so sorry. And please choose your clients wisely, because dealing with people that don't understand that this happens all the time, and you're welcome for me putting this in the documentary, because if you have a client that just doesn't understand that this is how this goes, it's not a bicycle. I can't just store it in a garage and get it out and air the tires up and go on about my way. This is just kind of part of the stuff that happens. Direct them toward this documentary. We appreciate it. I haven't had this happen before, but leave it to Flo to have some very bizarre, not career-threatening injury, but just a dumb little thing. Since she is the color that she is, I can only turn her out inside or at night. She got a hematoma, who knows from what. Also, her left front, she has cut it open and it's turned into like a summer sore type moment. The vet has checked everything out. Unfortunately, she's gonna need some time off. So here we are again. I feel like if you've owned horses for any amount of time, you can empathize with them just playing around and getting hurt. I'm grateful that baby Flo, and I know this is kind of a weird statement, but I'm grateful that baby Flo was injured in the arena. So few great barrel horses are injured doing their job. More times than not, they have a career-ending injury from just playing around. And that is just a stab wound to the heart for those of us that try to do everything right. We try to do everything right. Everything but a rubber stall and bubble wrap is a precaution that's taken with these horses. And I know every person at home that's training horses is like, I did everything right. I don't understand what's happening. And so it's just really unfortunate. But after turning out Boss Man, I will say this is great. This is a welcome injury of like, if it's gonna happen, at least it's something that can be fixed. We can doctor it. We can give her some meds, some time off. No big deal. She's gonna be right back in the game. So I'm really, really grateful for that. Again, it costs money and it costs time, and it puts me back several weeks from where I wanted to be. I have that countdown clock in my head of exactly what horse I want to choose from, and she's been in the very top, and I want her to have a shot to show everybody what she's been working on, and she loves this game. So that taking her out, the only positive I can say is like, okay, let me try to get the silver lining out of this. That'll give me more time to concentrate on Flashy Dough and Golo. Instead of having 4 to ride, I can concentrate on having 2 and put my best effort forward. So that's what I'm gonna try to do. Golo is incredible. She's very special to us, and she's an incredible soul. She's the kindest, sweetest. So is Lolo, her mom. Like, she's so kind and so sweet, and she's just incredible. Lolo, I've been running this month and have been winning a lot. She won an American Contender. She qualified to the World Show. She has placed at pro rodeos. She has won the 1D almost every place I've taken her. And I unfortunately took her to a race and she fell, and she has a strained suspensory. Not torn, strained. So in the middle of all of these things going down, my best horse, kind of my fulfillment of going to races and feeling like I know what I'm doing. Riding colts every day makes you kind of feel stir crazy. You're like, I just want to run barrels and I want it to be fun instead of all this pulling and slowing down and stopping and tweaking and being a perfectionist. That's been my outlet. Lolo has been my outlet, and having her down is really hard on my mental state right now. I want to win. I want to win first, and I want to feel good about it. Plus, running a horse that I trained myself reassures me every time I run that I'm on the right track, that I know what I'm doing, that I've got this all figured out. With her down, it just makes me focus on the young horses, and maybe I'm a little gonna be too fixated on them. Maybe I'm gonna be too dialed in. Maybe I'm gonna get burnout. Like, I feel those things kind of coming on, and I'm trying to keep it fun with riding some of our other horses that we have in the barn. Lolo has my heart. She is my number one since baby Flo was injured, and you know, I'm gonna just try to stay focused as much as I can. Maybe this means I have to take a few days off a week from riding these young horses. It's just tough. I'm gonna make sure that Hush Money is run a lot more, just so I can feel that finished horse feeling again. If you're a horse person, I know you understand. I wanna feel what a finished horse feels like in between all of these sessions, because I might go just completely insane. GoGo is the spitting image of Lolo in that she stays a little chunky. She's the kindest horse in the barn, minus Lolo, and she's always so willing to please.
Hey, 18-0. 18-0.
She's a really great horse.
That was wonderful. Minus the flat and slow part.
She's literally the easiest horse on the planet to ride. She is like the kindest, the brokest, the sweetest, checks so many boxes.
Truth of the matter is, she is not going to have what it takes to be in shape by the time the juvenile rolls around and have a shot. And the flip side of that is, I'm not gonna let her look bad. I don't want the whole world to see her when she's not ready yet, when she looks like a slow, chunky horse that just doesn't know where her legs are yet. People develop at different paces all the time. You see the smallest kid in class then turn out to be the varsity basketball player at the end of high school because everybody picked on him and he had to overcome. She's gonna be that way. She's going to develop into herself. She has the pedigree there. She's got the program, the nutrition, the right supplements. She has all of the things that she needs.
We changed up her diet. We changed up her fitness routine. We changed up all the stuff and things. We consulted our vet. And could be placebo, could not, but she looks better to us, so. Ground is deep today, which means that she'll be extra oinky. She's so cute though. Most likely to be a rodeo horse that you'll get the same run out of every time, GoGo. Most likely to win something insane and make you nervous every time, Flashy though. I mean, I don't even know how to say it. She just feels a little bit more athletic, even just walking. Got a little like pep to her. Yes, a willingness to trot. Woo! She went straight up in a buck when I asked her to look. The thing about it, things that I've learned in books is that your laziest employee will find the most efficient way to do something because they want to be done sooner. And I find that same thing to be true with horses. Your laziest horse will be one of the easiest to train once you teach them how to go forward, because they'll be efficient about it. Like, see how fast she's loping for no reason because she thinks this is what I want. It's cute though. Ooh. Okay. She's doing so many cool things. She's so cute. Like, she's so like, I wouldn't change a thing about how she's broke. Like, none of that. She's just so willing. She never had like a martingale on or any of that jazz. Like, horses kind of want to be here, like, see if we can go the other way. Now you're just showing off. Well, I might as well jerk the bridle off of her and see what she'll do. Might as well see what we got here. This is enough to, like, this is where you keep one like this, like. Yeah, like this horse is just, she's really special. If she doesn't want to make it 3 perfectly, like, who cares? I don't care if she ever runs barrels like that. I don't need you to run any more barrels. That is great. We'll run barrels. We'll quit until tomorrow.
Who doesn't want a horse broke as good as this to be in the barn just to enjoy? At the end of the day, I'm in her for the breeding fee and getting her broke, and she can stay here for the rest of her life and be just cool as a cucumber for us to just get on, have fun, for people to ride and enjoy. She's most likely not going anywhere, so we'll just enjoy her for what she is. And what that means is we're gonna keep conditioning, we're gonna keep pushing forward for her futurity year. Again, it may be her 5-year-old year, it may be her 4-year-old year. We're not sure, but that's what we'll do. That being said, I'm just gonna say that Golo is not gonna be my journey to the juvenile horse, but I'm going to keep conditioning her toward the goal. She may be my futurity horse next year, but here's the deal. Not only is the naming of my horse on October 1st, but I still have an additional 45 days after that because the race isn't until November. If you've seen how things have changed from this point, I can't quit on any one particular horse, because what if the horse that is in the lead sustains an injury, which we know is so easy for them to do. All of their injuries have been from random things, not in the arena, but I have to factor that in and keep training really hard. So who's in the lead? That leaves Flashy Dough. Woohoo!
Okay, Queen. Wow. 16-7. That was legit her first run ever. Woo!
I put a different bridle on her today, and obviously you can tell, but I have all my eggs in the Flashy Dough basket. If she would just let me control a few places where she puts her feet. And I don't want to take any of this sass out of her. I like her that way. That's how I bought her. That's what I want. I am beyond excited about her. She and I just fit. We are a fit. And I think the most unique part of that is that I didn't raise her. I really, really like this mare. I like the pressure that she has owners watching her that want her to succeed so badly. I like that pressure. That pressure has gotten me focused and kept me locked in, and I appreciate the responsibility. I think that it's always an honor to feel some pressure, because a lot of people go through life never given the opportunity to feel a whole lot of weight on their shoulders, and I really appreciate the responsibility of this. Am I still watching other people's colts and rattling my own cage? Yes. Do I know I have 60 days before I have to name my colt? Yes. And if somebody gave me 60 rides on a rodeo horse, I would be like, no big deal, 60 rides. So the thing about business owning and momming is that I know I won't have 60 days. I know I'll have 45 or 30, and that's okay. I'll take that. Ain't no way I'm making this horse go through the barrels again. Ooh. Oh, it was so gorgeous. Oh, little red pony. Oh, feel like I hit a barrel to win the world. I'm gonna try one more time. She's not too hot. gonna make a pretty circle. This time, I'm not gonna pull her. I'm gonna let her find the spot that she can go on to the third. Because I'm doing it at the first, but I'm not doing it at the second. I'm trying to make it happen and can't do that. Whoa. Whoa, good girl. Well, she's clearly the front runner. Clearly, way ahead. Just incredible. And quiet about it. I'm gonna stick my finger in her mouth. I'll give you more apples and carrots tonight. I'll give you more apples. And she loves my kid. That I love. If I was an outsider watching Journey to the Juvenile and I trained a lot of barrel horses and I wanted to be really judgy, I would sit back and go, Fallon, if you would get this horse more broke, she's probably gonna be unbeatable. And I have the same criticism. If I don't decide on this one, what will I do? Probably go get her more broke. I'll probably stop everything, turn her out for 6 months and go get her more broke. Okay, I lunged her and it's Texas, so that's why she's sweaty. So, I don't love draw reins. I'm not a huge proponent of draw reins, but I've taken shortcuts and you pay a price when you take a shortcut. So I'm having to kind of break as I go. And my goal is for her to be a little bit more up in the bridle. And so that's what I'm trying to accomplish. Draw reins are super not recommended for just about anybody. I need them. This is a for trainers only moment, but I need when I pull for her to come toward my hand, which is the opposite of what horses do naturally. So I got to build some trust here and have a lot of release. But see, she's going away from my hand. I need her to settle and come toward my hand. And it's cool that she wants to turn tight, but she's just doing it so I won't pull. We need to know that the pull is coming, but still make the move. Just want her to come to my hand. I would like to take it slower. I would like to have her really, really soft and moving into my hands and yielding to my leg better. And I could write a list this long of all the things that I wish that I could go back and redo before I show her the barrel pattern. But the truth is, this mare, I believe, was built for greatness. That was not supposed to be a run. I think I'm gonna let her chill and drive her just a little harder to the first. She's feeling great, obviously. But I'd like to get a little lopey circle moment and then gunner. I have enough bridle now, and now I'm scared to use it. So the nerves with like trying to not, I don't want to mess her up. I just have like heart palpitations. I don't know what my heart rate is, but this does, and I can tell you it's high. I can tell you if you're on one and you're a little like, if I don't win on this one, everybody's gonna know it's because of me. That's probably the one. If you're on one and you're like, this just feels super easy, like it will get that way after years and years on one. But when you're on one like this and you got the butterflies and you're a little scared, that you're gonna mess them up or make them look bad, it's probably the one for you. I believe that she is handling this pressure like a champ. She likes the pressure. She likes to run. She loves to run barrels. And she doesn't operate at a slow speed. In my experience, a lot of people get in a jam when they take a really good horse that has a lot of flight, a lot of feel, and they try to slow him down a lot. And they try to make them where they just lope in their hand and I'm gonna get this horse really, really calm and broke, and I'm gonna get it flat-footed everywhere it goes. And this horse would be one of those that you could severely mess up if you just picked on her constantly about being quiet and not being so forward. I like this kind of horse. I like him to be full of feel. I like that flighty, snorty kind of vibe. This horse, I couldn't have designed one better for myself. I would like her a lot more broke. That's my biggest criticism is I wish that I had a lot more buttons to play with. I don't. But what I can do is remember the girl that trained Baby Flo. Remember the girl that broke Nick Swachuca. Remember the girl that broke all of these great horses, Neffy and Knick Knack, that broke these horses. And brush off the rust, reach into my toolbox and remind myself that long before I had the ability to send my horses off to get trained, I was the trainer that started them. And it's my job now to build a program for her where I'm going to intermix getting her a little bit more broke and continuing progressing on the pattern, and that's what I'm gonna do. So I've got a lot of things to reach into my back pocket and be like, okay, you need to be a trainer here, like a colt starter, and lope her around and get her soft and get her yielding and all of those things. So I've got to work that in, and I feel like that's double duty, and it means that I'm going to have a lot less time on the pattern. These horses are like goldfish. The attention span's this long, so I'm gonna have to pick and choose what day I work barrels and what day I work on just being softer and better.
Yeah. Yeah, go on. Nice. What did we say, 17-0?
Yeah,
Nice.
A big thing that we did in the arena was we added laser pointers for stakes so that we could actually figure out what this pattern would be permanently, so we can keep the ground worked, we can have lasers, we can set up timers, and we even installed split timers. So that way we can look and see now where these horses are on a clock. We're not really ready to haul a lot, but I need to see kind of where she is. We have 20 days to name a call. And we just keep going out of town as if these things are trained and ready. As if I've got any horse on the forefront of my mind ready to get ready. As if this thing is even close to finished. Band-aids on bullet wounds is what we're doing at this point. It's fine, I'm fine, we're fine, everything's fine. I'm at the sell everything phase of this journey, and I'm really glad that we're videoing this, because in my mind is like, I walked through the barn and was like, I could just sell all of them. Just sell them all. Just get them all gone, and I'm just gonna keep Baby Flo and Lolo and Mojo, of course, and that's all the horses that I need in my life, and that's where I am at today. Yeah, T-Wagon, he can stay. Maybe not. Just get all the numbers down, sell them all. I don't need any hopes and dreams. That's where I'm at today, which is a fantastic place to go try to train a horse in. So I'm gonna get my attitude right. She's gonna do something for sure. I would like to be a 16-0 on my breeze through. That would be like the dream. I'm gonna muster up enough gusto here in a second. I'm just nervous and Stop! Shut up! Hell, buy more of these things. Bring it on! Buy more! This is gambling. Ah, hell. Faith renewed. The best in the world. The big thing that I have to remember is that it's just 23 days or whatever until I name a colt, but then after that, I have another month, right? Yeah. October, November, something. Yeah, I've got 45 days. So after, I've got 60 days from right here, and boy, how the turntables have turned from last night. Like, sell everything I don't to like, it's so easy, I got 60 days. Stupid. This is a stupid game. Today I just want to keep it chill. This is just pretty and relaxed. And it feels like I could just lope her through and do exactly what I wanted to. I'm going to try it. So many like beautiful things coming together. You know when you make your own sandwich? This is like making your own sandwich. Like, you know all the steps you skipped. And you just want somebody else to make the sandwich for you. You see all them people on Facebook talking about, she's riding a made horse. Like, yesterday, like, let me write the check. I want a made horse. I'm done. Tired of this. Tired of this. Today, I'm a gourmet chef. Yesterday, just where do I sign? Let the people know I'm riding a made horse. I don't care. Ooh. This thing's badass. Whatever you would like, I will do for you. Whatever you would like, lady. Your choice. Filet mignon, baked apple pie. Oh, so cool. Okay, now she'll do that every day for like the next several days. That speed with me kind of holding her back, her running into my hands. That's the vibe. Cody and Mojo, myself and Mojo, have made runs on this ground and this setup with these stakes. Myself and T-Wagon, we know a 15-3 is a pretty salty run in this arena. 15-3 with the ground just right, we know is top of the 1D. And we're really excited to start getting some numbers on our horses and see where they're at, because I know that that's gonna be really helpful to understand exactly how they're doing. If I'm just feeling like she's great, if I'm feeling like she's absolutely perfect, or if she actually is the one, or if I'm feeling something totally wrong. It's time to take her through the pattern and see what we've got. Every time I go to run her, I say I'm gonna breeze her, and then it ends up being fast, except for I don't run to the first barrel, so let me actually run her to the first. That's 4/10 off Mojo. Woo! Got us the Juvenile pony. Yeah. Flashy dough. My butthole is puckering though at the second of like my heart hurts. Because you just think like, it's like you got this painting and it looks really beautiful. and you're gonna throw an egg at it and hope that the paint stays right where you put it. And that's the contest. It's like, no, 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 you should see her at a 4D time. It's beautiful. And then they go, no, throw an egg at it. It's gonna be fine. No, go ahead. Leave the Monet in the rain. Let's see what happens. That's how I feel. And then you know what happens tomorrow when this roller coaster is that tomorrow goes to shit in a handbasket. But today, we smile. 1D time, about 15 days around the barrels. I'm in complete shock that she clocked in the 1D here. I'm in complete shock. I know that I have feel. I know that I've trained some of the best horses in the country. I know that I've done that, and there's always imposter syndrome underlying with the next one that you're gonna try to train. I'm not saying she's the next best thing since sliced bread or the next best thing since Baby Flo, but I am saying that this horse has given me a lot to work with, and I'm feeling like she is something really, really special.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, go on. Woo.
15, 79215, 792. Ready for Alicia, then Tatum. Ready for Tatum, then Fallon, and Cassie.
This 1D run just kind of solidifies that for me, that we're gonna keep trudging forward. Maybe God moved a couple of horses out of the way for me just so I can focus on her a little bit harder. Maybe this is my path of least resistance, is just kind of shuffling them down. The beacon is pointing at Flashy Dough, and I'm gonna go with it. I'm gonna continue to soften and train. I'm gonna continue to train a backup horse as well, because if you've learned anything from Journey to the Juvenile, it's that there's always a plot twist around the corner that we have absolutely no control over. And despite our very best efforts, things are beyond our control, and this is just gambling. I can't wait to see what this next month of training brings. I can't wait to see what Flashy Dough can do away from home. I can't wait to see the look on the people's face that I bought her from when I get something won on her, because I think it's gonna be really, really exciting. I think it's gonna be probably one of the coolest days of my life to be able to say, not only does my dad get to see me do this and evolve as a trainer outside of the pedigree that I'm used to training, because that's a big thing for me. I've proven myself on these Dr. Nick bars for life, but can I do it on something else that I didn't raise? That's been a cool new journey, a cool new part of it, and I'm elated. I only have 2 days until I have to actually say which horse I'm gonna be riding in the Journey to Juvenile. Is it in stone just because Flashy Dough clocked in the 1D? Absolutely not. We have no idea what this next few days is going to bring, and I'm getting to bring Flo Mello back to action. She's healing well, so I've got some really big decisions to make. Flo Mello is not out of the running just because she has a small injury. She's turning, she's working, she's so consistent. Every single thing she does is right down the middle and consistent. I got a lot of big decisions to make, and I'm not ready to make them just yet. Stay tuned for the next episode of Journey to the Juvenile, where I'm going to actually make my decision. I'm going to let you guys know exactly who it is I'll be running, and then we'll start with the very intense last 30 days of getting ready to actually make my run finally in Guthrie, Oklahoma.
On the next episode of Journey to the Juvenile.
A lot of pony. "14 days. 14 days. And this mare, I've been telling her, I said, you're gonna make some dreams come true, aren't you?